All right, next up, we've got Clemson and Wake Forest. Clemson, 20.5-point road favorites, 60.5 the total. Clemson team total over stands out to me. Wake is just abysmal. They are so bad defensively. But the good news is they put up 34. Their own offense was very good against NC State, which allowed them to beat them. But their defense still struggled against a guy that was, number 2 quarterback on the depth chart, C.J. Bailey. So this is still not a good Wake defense at all. We saw them get ripped by Louisiana, the Ragin' Cajuns, the week before, giving up 41, 40 to Ole Miss, 31 to Virginia, blew a lead in that game. I mean, Clemson should be able to have a ton of success here offensively. They only play Virginia after this, so there's no look-ahead spot for Clemson here in this game. Last 2 games they were at Wake. What's funny is last year they struggled offensively, but we know the Clemson Tigers last year had a down year, especially on offense, but they've scored 51 and 37 the last 2 times they've visited Wake Forest. I'll say this about Klubnik. He's certainly playing better. 14 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 64.3% completions. And when it comes to Wake's defense, CMAC, it's both ways. They're giving up 4.7 yards per carry, 168 rushing yards per game, almost 300 passing yards per game. So whether it's Cade Klubnik through the air, Phil Maffa on the ground, Clemson should be able to put up some points and have success here. So I lean to the 20.5, laying it 2, but I do feel the team total is the better option here with Clemson in this game. CMAC, what do you think?
Yes, because all of a sudden, can Wake stop anything? Here? I mean, ULL had
so far
38. They just gave up 30. Ole Miss, 40. They're not very good. So this is a lot, though. 3 scores. And on the flip, though, I wanted to look at this more. Can this Wake offense maybe, do some damage against
Bachmeier? Because the full game over is my lean. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think you could get there. I mean, Wake, the overs, if you've been betting them 4-1, they have been money. I've been on a couple of them. And last week I was kicking myself I wasn't on that. The Wake Forest NC State, which I thought was a little light at 53. Because Clemson should be able to do what they want. Yeah, maybe look at their team total. I don't know. If I can get over the 21 here, I might take Wake Forest. This is a big number, not a very good football team, but I think they could maybe move the ball here and hang around.
Yeah, and even if they're down,
and they've dominated it,
backdoor it. Maybe.
Savannah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Some of these games have been close the last few years, but Clemson dominated them. I think they've won over 10 in a row, 12 in a row, I believe. But the last couple,
Wake's covered 3 or 4 against Clemson. 3 of the last 4.
They've covered. Yep. Mm-hmm. They've lost outright, but the last couple they've been right there. So I might have to go with the ugly dog here in Wake.
All right. Hopefully it's one of those deals. Clemson goes over their team total, but Wake covers. That could happen. Like Clemson could go over their team total, but Wake Forest covers the full game number.
Oh yeah,
that could totally happen in this game.
It's tough not seeing Clemson at least getting 30, like at least getting 35, like right there. But I think Wake, at home here, could score a little bit.
Yep. Yet the offense, as Ross says in the chat, bogged down a little bit last week in the second half. Clemson against Florida State. So, that'll make it. But again, Florida State's had issues, but they've still got a better defense than Wake, based on what I've seen. So, like I said, I have a hard time trusting Wake to stop anything at the moment.